Okay, so here is our workstation setup for our big mouths. It's very simple. We just have our cardstock, our rubber pencil, Sharpie, colouring pencils and watercolours. You don't need the watercolours. Colouring pencils or crayons are fine, but if you have watercolours and you like using them, then you can have them. If you're using the watercolours, make sure you have your brush and your water and your kitchen roll ready. The card, I like to use, say, 160 gram card. If you, and that would be double the thickness of a normal printer page. So if you have some pages for the photocopier or for the printer, they're normally 80 gram and they'll work, but it's nice if you have the thicker card. This is an A4 sheet. That's the size of regular printer paper. I use A3 sheets. If you have any A3 sheets, I like them to be a bit bigger, but A4 will work fine as well. So that's all we need as far as materials for the big mouths. The big mouths are one of the most fun projects we do. They're really interesting and unexpected. So you have a little tortoise and he's walking along, yeah, do, minding his own business, do. So you can have loads of fun with these. You can run around and scare your family and friends. And this one's for the older kids. So the younger ones, make sure you don't get a fright, because this guy's really scary. So so, and there's lots of different designs. I'm going to show you how to make the tortoise, and then we'll put some images in the description where you can check out other stuff. You can do unicorns, you can do fish, you can do little dogs, you can do lots of different stuff. So for the tortoise, we start off with our full sheet of paper, whether it's A4 or A3. You fold it in half. Give it a little crease and make sure it's all lined up okay. If you're happy with it, you can crease it fully. So that's the first thing we do. Fold it in half. Then we catch one edge. Okay? One edge and we fold it back down. And we crease that again. And that works as the top. You see? So we're going to draw the shell up here and the feet down here. When you have your folding done, you're ready to start your drawing. We want to make sure that we get our registration right. So sometimes if you try to draw it when it's open, you go over the lines. So the best way to do it is to have it closed and draw your top and your bottom first, and then connect them up to draw these lines in here. So I'm just going to go for it. Draw your semicircle for the tortoise shell. Here's another example somebody did. Everybody's going to draw it different. So you see, and look at this one. Completely different. One of the kids left this behind at one of the classes. So you see, they've only a little shell, little dots, not much detail on the feet, but it's still fine if you colored it in. Yeah? So I'm going to do my one, and your one might not look like my one. My one might not look like this one. So don't worry if it doesn't look exactly the same. The important thing is that you like it, and that it looks something like a tortoise. So just to get us started, I'll draw some of these dots on now. A big one. And it's nice to have some going off the shell. Another big one. Little one here. Medium size, small, medium size, and we'll have one coming off the bottom of the shell. Cool. Now, head. Little tortoise head. There we go. Eyes. That's for the eyes. Little eyelashes. Look at him, he's coming to life already. We give him some eyebrows. We give him bushy eyebrows. Yeah. Bushy eyelashes. And I'm gonna give my tortoise a little smile, a little grin. Okay. Don't forget the tail. And little feet. Kind of like the feet you draw on dinosaurs sometimes. Tortoises are around years and years and years, centuries. I bet you there was tortoises when there was dinosaurs. Sure, they're like a dinosaur, only they're not that big. Now, cool. So you see my tortoise, and then we'll open it up. When we open it up, we can join up the lines. So I tend to keep this part of my hand down, and that allows me to, I don't like lean really hard on the table, but it allows me to kind of draw a straight line, rather than if your hand's up in the air, it tends to wobble more. And I'm right-handed, so I try when I can to work from left to right. So if I draw this one first and then I have my hand down and I'm rubbing it across, sometimes I'll smudge my lines. So I'm going to go from these ones first and back over, so I'm not smudging over a line. So, hand touching the page, hold the pencil steady, just the pencil doesn't move, the hand just moves. And if you do it without stopping, a lot of the time it stays fairly straight. But if it doesn't stay straight, it's just going to mean that your crazy tortoise, which already has the longest legs you've ever seen on a tortoise, might have wobbly long legs. So I don't think it's going to matter too much. Look, I've gone on a wobble here over to the side. Yeah, well, I put a little wobble in. Yeah, look at it. A little wobble on purpose. And don't forget to draw this. I forget this one sometimes. That line across there. And you see, they're not meeting up perfect. I don't pay that much attention to the little details. I fix some of them up afterwards. So the outside line to there. No, I don't want to go the whole way. I don't want that to be in my picture up here. So I make sure and stay below this line with the top of the mouth. This one. Okay, and let's give him some crazy fangs. A very angry tortoise. Yeah. Okay, so that's the drawing done. And the next part is to colour him in. Okay, now we are ready for colouring in. I was going to do it with the watercolours, but I decided to do it instead with the colouring pencils, because there's a lot of little bits and pieces. I'm just pairing my pencil here. There's a lot of little bits and pieces around these circles and stuff that might be difficult with watercolors. So I'm just going to color this in, and I'll come back to you when I have it all done. You can be coloring in yours. You can take these colors, you can make it whatever colors you want. You can make a couple and color them all in different colors. So this is how my tortoise came out after the coloring, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add all the black lines to emphasize it a little bit more. So I'm going to use a black pen for the more detailed bits around the eyes and the teeth, and then I'm going to use the Sharpie for the other bits. So I might do the detailed bits first. So I'm going to start off with the little toes here, and with the black pen, sometimes if it's not right and properly, you have to do a bit of scribbling, get it going. So with the black pen, I go over the same line a couple of times. Okay, and then a bit of Sharpie on the rest. Cool. So I'm using the same technique, keeping this part of my hand flat on the table so I can move a straight enough line. Okay. Oh, I think that's pretty good, yeah? Okay, I'll do this first. If I went in here with the Sharpie isn't that much thicker, but I would lose some of the detail because the Sharpie lines would be more prominent than the pen lines because they're thicker. Okay, if you're nervous about messing it up, just go real slow with the Sharpie, and if you feel like you're going off course, then stop. Get back to it again. See, I missed a bit there, but you won't see it. You'll see it when you're staring at it, and you might notice it in the beginning. But nobody else who sees it for the first time will notice those details. They'll be too busy looking at your tortoise. They'll be too busy recovering from the fright you give them. So don't go frightening anybody with a bad heart. And yeah, don't worry about the little bits that look a bit off. A lot of the time artists are very particular, and because you pay so much attention to detail, it's easy to think that everybody is paying that level of attention, but people don't, because when you're just seeing it for the first time, you see the overall shape, and that's it. So don't point out the mistakes or the parts that might not be right, because potentially nobody actually sees them, only you. Don't be hard on yourself. Accept it for what it is and have fun with it. Oh, look at this now. I'm looking forward to seeing this finish. So we're nearly there. Sometimes when you go with the Sharpie, I'm looking from here and I can't actually see where I'm drawing because the Sharpie is in the way. So I'll either move the paper around or I'll go the other way and come, but that doesn't feel as natural to me as doing this. So I'm going to move the paper around where I can see, and I go around. So all these little tricks you add all these little tricks together and it makes it easier to get what you want from the drawing. Now, don't rush the last bit. Don't rush the last bit. After putting in all the effort. So you can make as many of these as you want. As I said, we'll put some templates in or some examples in the description, so you can try and make a whole gang of them. And this is mine finished. Oh, he's cool. So you might have to redo your creases. He's smiling away. He or she is smiling away. And okay, brilliant. I'm very happy with that, and you'll notice I did the mouth red. We left it blank here. I like it red. Okay, and here's a few. So there's a fish and a dog and a crazy bunny. There's just some examples of what you can do. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did anyway. And I'll see you again.